Spurs play before the hometown. Crowd here live in San Antonio, Texas. Along with Greg Anthony, Brett Berry, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Last game for the Nets, the loss to Chicago.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
Two teams that run offense through the block, Brent. What does playing inside out do to a defense?
Well, it's kind of the idea, we've talked about it, Kevin, the accordion of the defense.
Right.
You press them in and then out, and then at some point, if they don't work themselves back in, there are advantages on driving angles, there's advantages of attacking closeouts, and then opportunities open up. And the more of those easy shots go in, it starts to deflate that defense.
Boy, you need that center to kind of have his head on a swivel, right? He's got to have that great vision about where guys are.
Well, between that and also you being a big Polka fan, we'll see how this accordion defense plays out tonight.
I love the Polka.
Let's get a nice clean game, huh?
And so off the tip, it's Brooklyn. Outside Curry. For three. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Steph, such an ideal pick-and-roll guy. The threat of the long ball always there. So whether he's shooting or passing, the defense has a hard time keeping up.
Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And the dunk by Capella.
Oh, fantastic dunk. And he hangs around up there just for a little camera time.
Yeah, maybe he didn't want to land awkwardly. Who knows? But there he is, and we see it very clearly. Curry can't get it to go. Back to Anderson. Davis with it. Guarded by Harris. Right side Davis. 6 to shoot. Collins grabs the miss.
You got to make that. The defense was far from terrible, but, man, that's an easy shot.
It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. And Davis can't get it to go.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Man, what a missed opportunity there. Really just came down to some poor timing.
And the Spurs now in the post-Kawhi Leonard era of the franchise. Greg, how do they recover, do you think?
If any team can survive losing a player of Kawhi's caliber, it's got to be the Spurs. They have good depth, got a good return in the trade, and players will step up. Won't be the power they once were for a while, but they'll rebound in no time.
Here's Harris after Clint Capella's bucket. Outside for Curry. Launches it. Rebound San Antonio.
You just can't find the bottom of the net right now. He's looking frustrated. This quarter has been a bit of a nightmare for him. Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
And it's the Spurs ball. If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Inside. Stolen by Collins.
If you could stay active on defense, good things usually happen. Right there, quick hands helped alter what would have been a sure 2 there.
The Nets making a switch here. Here's Curry. And get a load of his scoring totals. Huge numbers for him. An average of just about 29 points a game. Pass to Davis. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's his first foul. Now Davis, guarded by Curry. And the call will be against Harris. That is his first foul of the game. So it's San Antonio now. It's a three-point game. Clock at 6. Loads it up for Davis. He doesn't hit that one. Here's Anunoby. Stolen by Anderson. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Spurs working the ball around now. And he gets the bucket. Davis has got his first basket.
Like to see George Hill distribute to his teammates a heads-up play there.
And you watch Kyle Henderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, back to Davis. And Davis throws it down.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward. Exceptional court awareness.
And with Anderson, the defense has been a focus for him the last few seasons.
And even though Anderson doesn't get up and down the floor fast, he still has quick hands and feet. Is being asked to guard some of the top forwards in the league for this team and wants players to try and shoot over him so he can use his length. Considers it a win if his assignment takes a jumper and doesn't get around him.
One of my favorite moves is the Euro step. I know it's one of yours as well. There are a lot of guys that can do it well.
Well, I got to see Manu Ginobili step around me for years in San Antonio. But I think James Harden is still the most devastating Euro step player we have in the game. There's something about the lefties, isn't there, Kevin? We have a hard time figuring
they throw
a lefty
you off.
out.
They throw you off automatically just by the left hand.
Right.
Then they add the little sidestep.
And James Harden with the shiftiness and the way he moves the ball around and draws contact. I know there are a lot of people that get aggravated by that, but he's nearly impossible to stop, especially when he's got his passport with the Euro step.
He slithers. 1:36 left here in the opening quarter. To the inside. Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And right now, the game plan seems to be working.
It looks like this team has finally gotten into the club and found its rhythm, trying their best to pull away.
Now here's Curry. And again, it's the Nets missing.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
The Spurs have not yet made a free throw in the game, 0 of 2 so far.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis. They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And that one is good.
Yeah, this is demoralizing, I think, for a defense. You want Steph to score on the interior, but that's too easy.
Here's Davis. And the shot is good. Davis has got 6 points.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Outside Curry. No good on the three.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up the three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. That's tipped. Stolen by Anderson. And finished off by Anderson.
Yeah, pounding it inside once again. They have taken over this game physically.
Well, it's so nice to have the early lead. This is where you want to stick with what's working until somebody shuts you down.
And And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Just incredible flow offensively. Everyone's doing their part. Let's see if they can sustain this early momentum.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And, you know, the Spurs have been rolling right along, haven't they?
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
You just start to wonder, how did we get to this score at the end of one? I think those steals really established momentum in their favor.
And here we go with Curry running it up the court. And a miss there on the triple.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Steph Curry, Brent, is there any doubt in your mind that he is the greatest shooter in NBA history?
I don't think there's any doubt, but I like the fact that Steph Curry doesn't want to be a one-trick pony, and he isn't. He's trying to be better at making plays. He's trying to be better at making good decisions. He's trying to be better as a defender. And so all of these things for Steph Curry, is not satisfied with the things that he's done so far in his career, which have all been elite.
And sometimes you just want a reminder of what our objectives are tonight.
Yeah, get everyone on the same page and point it in the right direction.
Spurs leading by 12. Pass to Mbamute. Anthony on the wing. Back to Mbamute. To the middle. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time.
Well, he's gotten shots up, but they're not finding the rim. The squad's suffering because of it right now. A bit out of rhythm.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
Well, they certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. D.A., thank you. Inside, Vanderbilt. Good, and Curry gets the assist.
And the floor vision from Curry right there, setting up his teammates, sharing the ball.
Outside Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. To the paint. It's stolen by Anthony. And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
I can't take Melo for granted on defense. That time with the active hands to help come away with the steal.
Pass to Anunoby. Here's Robertson. Back to Anunoby. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Mwaba. Misses the three.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Here's Anunoby. Curry, good. Curry's got 10 points.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
And Steph Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. It's stolen by Curry. Pass to Jackson. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Jackson's got 6 points in the quarter.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Here's Anunoby. Now Reed. Shot clock at 6. Curry's shot is off. Spurs leading by 17. Anthony looking it over. Right wing. Picked off in midair. Here's Curry. Finished off the break. 12 points for him.
Sprinting down the floor is the key to a great fast break, and Steph putting on the afterburners there.
Here's Baker. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Pass to Mbah-a-Moute. Here's Anthony. And there's the foul. It'll go on Willie Reed. That's foul number 2 for him.
They can't afford to be that careless. They need him out there on the floor, so he has to avoid fouling again in this period.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. The G League is testing out more ways to speed up the game. Shorter overtime periods, a 14-second shot clock after an offensive rebound. I think those are necessary things.
I think they're worth trying out, Kevin. I don't know necessarily that they're necessary. Is that redundant?
No,
it might have been.
It makes sense when you say it.
But the league always exploring ways to improve the game, and I commend Adam Silver and the competition committee for trying.
And Brooklyn making a change here.
Man, that 2003 draft class, just an absolute monster. And Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick that year. Think about it, LeBron, Melo, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. Heck, 3 or 4 of those guys played together, but all taken in the first 5 picks. What a great draft that was for the NBA.
Here's Lynn. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Spurs leading by 13. .104 left in the second quarter. Baker kept alive. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Brooklyn foul.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
His second person, 15.
And he's got his first chance at the line here. There's 57 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Lynn. And Jackson with the block. Pass to Mbah-a-Moute. The 3. Another shot. It's rebounded by Portis. And here's Lynn. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They trail by 16.
Yeah, you have to admire the aggressiveness of Lynn, constantly looking to draw the foul on his shot.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And he's kept this percentage at a decent level, right around 74.
And the second free throw, good.
And Lynn has really carved out a nice role for himself in our league. An effective two-way player who can score, rebound, pass, and defend.
For San Antonio, they've had a disappointing game so far from the line. Only 3 free throws made. Nets trail by 17. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Lynn's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And this team trusts Lynn to play within the offense. He's very good at taking high-quality shots.
Pass to Jackson. Fires the 3. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Jackson's got 9.
Great to see when Melo spots his open teammate. Good at noticing the overcommitment that time.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Spurs lead by 18. Live from the AT&T Center in San Antonio, you're watching 2K Sports. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Spurs leading by 18. Pass to Anderson. Over Harris. A second chance effort. And Capella with the layup. Capella's got the first basket of the third quarter for the Spurs. Here's Curry. Makes it off the glass.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, it's like 4 teenagers at home over the summer, just not enough activity. You've gotten your rest. It's time to man up.
Here's Hill. Following the basket by Stephen Curry. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And when AD takes off from the ground for alley-oops like this one, it really demoralizes the opponent.
Harris outside. Back to Curry. Five on the clock. The Nets need to get a shot off here. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
Willie Reed.
San Antonio leading by 20. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. To the wing right side. Here's Hollis Jefferson.
Oh, you know, Davis, and he knows, is going to draw the attention of multiple defenders, and that time connects with a teammate to get it done.
And you have to love the way Hollis Jefferson plays on the defensive end. So active with his length and can disrupt an offense single-handedly. The team is visibly better on defense with Hollis Jefferson on the floor.
Here's Harris. Stolen by Anderson. Here we go, all alone. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
You know, Kyle Anderson plays obviously at his pace, but he's a terrific passer that sees the floor well.
And with Hollis Jefferson in his defense, he's not only strong, but he's versatile with whom he can guard.
Yeah, I mean, RHJ has great length, and at 6'7", he can guard almost every position on the floor. Strong on the glass, even though he's often undersized in his matchup. RHJ is anything but an average player. I really love how effective he's become on both ends.
It's Curry outside. Drains it from beyond the arc. Curry's got 17 now.
Really doesn't matter who's guarding Steph. Sometimes he's just incredible when it comes to making shots under pressure.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Willie Reed. And that'll be his third foul so far. Here's Hollis Jefferson. He has 5. It's Davis on the wing. It's back to Hill. Pass to Capella. 6 to shoot. 2 points. That one goes. He's got 11.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
On the wing, Harris. The Nets working the ball around now. Curry's shot is off.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
We hear a lot about small market teams being anxious about retaining their own star players. Is that overblown, or do you think there is reason for concern on their part?
Do we think that players are not going to get recognized if they play in a small market by the national media, if they're one of the best players?
Well, look Oklahoma City, look at Milwaukee with Antetokounmpo. I mean, they're all getting recognized.
Yeah, I think these ideas have gone by the wayside for a lot of players, and they want the best opportunity for their playing and their best opportunity to shine, no matter where that is. So it's a bit of an archaic argument, in my opinion, Kevin, the way it is that we see guys nowadays, and take the small market thing out about it. There's one market, it's called the NBA.
Shooting one.
The defender must have felt like he ran into a brick wall right there. Really great screen set to give his teammate the wide open shot.
For Brooklyn, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And when you look at that free throw percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Takes the 3. Good on the three-point shot. Curry's got 20 points.
I mean, there's no way. I mean, there's just a sliver of daylight, and there's 3 more.
Pass to Mba'amute. Snatched away. Curry looking around. To the left wing. 5 to shoot. Launches a 3. Good on the triple. Curry's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Got that one up quick. Harris has got his first 3 points of the game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Now here's Jackson. He's got 9. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. Curry with it. Pass to Collins. 3-pointer on the way.
And how many extra possessions have they gotten because of that rebounding edge?
Well, there are numerous ways to build a lead, but owning the glass may be one of the best.
And Gary Harris is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Now into the lineup for the Nets.
And the Spurs with possession. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead.
That's how you set up your teammates, done with a little bit of flair.
And so it's San Antonio with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. We come back right after this. And as we head into the 4th, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. And here's Lynn. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. It's a 16-point game. Pass to Zeller. Back to Lynn. The 19-footer is on the money. Lynn's got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Nets. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Brent, for as long as Coach Popovich has been at the top of this game, what really is there left to say?
I don't think there's much more you say on a professional level, but there's a lot to be said about the compassion and the things that Pop has done on a personal level for years behind the scenes, championing guys on his staff, supporting not only current players but former players on his team. The interesting thing for Pop the last couple of years is just how outspoken he's been in terms of the equality, not just around the NBA but around our nation, and some of the statements he's made that have garnered a lot of political attention. Greg Popovich not afraid to express some of the things that maybe deep down we all believe in.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, during the last break, I listened to Greg Popovich talk to his team. He gave them props for their defense. He said, the defense has been outstanding. Keep pressuring them, forcing turnovers, and we can win this one, guys.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
It's stolen by Anthony. All alone. Rips down the breakaway slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
Terrific anticipation using the hands. How are you not protecting the basketball in that situation?
Lynn's shot is off.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
That's his second personal foul.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute play. To the inside. Baker. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Jeremy Lin.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Brooklyn making some changes. And you know, Ron Baker, a guy who always seems, Brent, to be fighting for a roster spot.
Man, walk-on in college, went undrafted, but then really had a great summer league and steadily improving his game. That's the amazing thing, that at his age adds something to his game every offseason, and those instincts, both on the floor and off, have given him an opportunity in the NBA.
Plumlee with the steal. It's stolen by Davis.
I mean, this is Anthony Davis. He can do everything for you. Leadership, this guy is as complete as it gets.
And the basket by Curry.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Pass to Davis. Plumlee with the steal. Here's Curry with the three. No good on the shot. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. Earlier in the game, they held a 25-point lead. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that game closes out the four-game homestand for them. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And with Anthony Davis, you look at how young he is still. I mean, scary to think that his best games are still ahead of him. Not just this year, I'm talking like 3 or 4 years from now. He could honestly be the best player in the league in a short time.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Yeah, but in the first half, he was just purely flawless as a ball securer. But that certainly hasn't been the case here in the second half.
Outside Curry. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Shooting one. Personal foul.
And with Davis's prime just ahead of him, just what do you think his ceiling might be, Brent?
I don't know. 28 and 11 the last few years. His upside seems to be nightmarish for any opposing coach. I wouldn't be surprised to see him have multiple years of 30-plus with 12 or 14 rebounds. There's simply nothing on the court that AD cannot do.
His shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Money from the wing. And the Spurs lead by 17.
The ball rotates over to AD, and he simply rises up and makes that jump shot look so easy.
And Davis throws it down.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Ball's knocked loose. Out to Harris. 3 on the clock. Here's Curry with the 3. And Davis pulls it down.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Anderson rising up in the mid-range, a shot that this offense is more familiar with.
On the wing, Harris. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Spurs leading by 21. Out to the right wing. Pass to Capella. Here's Davis. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And Anthony Davis is just as complete a player on the offensive end as you're going to find. Great facing up, great mid-range, plays with the back to the basket. One of the things that is his best quality, Kevin, that does not get talked about much, is just how devastating he is in transition. One of the game's greatest runners and finishers. And when you're playing with a point guard who will advance the ball, he becomes that much more dangerous.
Well, another 10-cup moment here because he continues to miss shot after shot from three-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember.
Down low. Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Spurs.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Anthony Davis.
I liked his aggressiveness here tonight, especially on the glass. He was not messing around.
Curry's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Just excellent recognition by Anthony Davis to sell the shot fake, gets the defense up in the air.
And both free throws good for Davis. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Harris outside. Pass to Collins. Back to Harris. And the layup is good.
Terrific work inside from Gary Harris. Not used to saying that. Does a fantastic job of backing down the defense and putting his will on his shoulders.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
Brooklyn with the ball. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They're down by 24. 1 second left to play here in the fourth. What's your take, guys?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
And I think that's exactly what we're going to see. Fight all the way through, even to the bitter end.
Three from the inbound. It's off.
Good positioning. Anderson outstanding at staying in front of his man and using his length and contesting.
And so it's San Antonio.